Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be going over part 3 of 23 days of 23. This is days 15 through 23. So if you've missed part 1, which is days 1 through 7, or part 2, which is days 8 through 14, make sure you go back and check them out. I'll link them up above here in the card. I'll also link them below in the description. Let's get into it. If we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Gabriel Walters and I'm a certified financial planner. I'm also the founder and owner of Steadyworth. And at Steadyworth, we help equip people just like you with the tools that they need right now so that they can live their best life, a life that they enjoy today, and not have to wait to some far out date in the future, such as retirement. So we're about to hop back into the 23 days of 23 countdown. Let's go. Day number 15, and we're talking about the secret to creating real wealth. The real secret to creating real wealth is making sure you're managing your lifestyle expenses correctly. This is the money you spend on bills, food, and fun. So many people go broke overspending in this area. So make sure you're managing the money that you're spending on bills. Make sure that you have those down as low as possible. Keep your food and your fun in check. And this allows you to have more money so that you can grow more assets. So learning to manage your expenses effectively will put you on the path to creating wealth because you won't be living beyond your means and you'll have more money to invest. Day number 16 is a lifestyle hack, and it's finding a hobby that saves you money. For me, I love making my own coffee. I make this craft coffee. I have this nice pour over contraption. I'll link a picture right here, and a kettle. And I spent a couple $100s on this stuff, but I started making this in 2019. And over the course of the last 3-4 years, it saved me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Plus, it kind of gives me a little Zen experience as I mix up the coffee and grind the beans. And it's kind of fun because I nerd on coffee. So find a hobby that works for you and that saves you money. Day number 17 is another lifestyle hack, and I like to call it Side Hustle Saturday. So finding a side hustle that can make you some money in your free time. I have a cousin and she makes the most amazing blankets. She actually learned how to knit these blankets on YouTube, and now she sells them on the side, and she has another job. And so she just knits this yarn on the weekend into these beautiful blankets, and has a website, has an Instagram. So finding a hobby that makes you money will help occupy your time so you have something to do instead of spending more money, and it will also give you an extra padded cushion in your savings or in some other place that you want to spend money. So find a hobby that makes you money. It will pay off for you, pun intended. Day number 18 is looking into the #1 subscription that's keeping you broke. Do you know who invented the first subscription model? You probably do. It's the IRS. Yes, the IRS with taxes invented the first subscription model, and every time you get paid, every 2 weeks, every month, every week, whatever it is, you pay into the subscription of getting taxes taken out of your check. And so I'm sure you've all heard that rich people don't pay taxes, but really what it is that rich people plan for taxes, and so they don't have to pay them. And so in the same way, you can do the same. So make sure you make your tax plan right now. Between the months of January and December of this year, you can make your tax plan so that you can pay less taxes next year. So make sure you come up with a solid tax plan so that you can lower the amount of taxes that you are paying in that subscription model, and you can save money just like the rich people do. You can do it. Day number 19 is coming up with a savings plan, and you want to figure out a way to automate savings and put a little bit of extra in there. One easy way to do this is a lot of banks offer you to connect something that does rounding up to your debit card. So by rounding up to your debit card, like say you spend $5.50, it'll round that purchase up to $6, but that extra 50 cents that it rounded that purchase up to, it'll put it in your savings account. Well, over the course of the year, this could save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. My wife, Laura, she did this one time, and it actually kicked off her emergency fund. And I think over the course of a few years, she actually saved something like $10,000. So come up with a savings plan, and one of the easiest ways to do it without even planning for it is opting into one of these roundup things with your debit card, and it'll have you on the path to saving, because saving is the new sexy. Day number 20 is looking at insurance. Have you ever been into a car accident and then you had to file insurance, or either a claim on your insurance or somebody else's insurance, and that insurance company stepped in and paid whatever that huge bill was? I mean, it's a great thing that you had insurance, because if you didn't, then you would have had to pay that out of your pocket. Well, imagine that same big amount coming up in a disability claim or in a life claim, like if you were to pass away prematurely, or if a loved one were to, or if you were to have something happen to your home or to your apartment. So make sure you are properly insured so that you can stay on track with your goals by having disability insurance, life insurance, renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, because there's nothing worse than having to pay for something that happened unexpectedly with money that you're saving that you could have either went on vacation with or had it go towards one of your other goals. And so if your goal is not to pay for a disaster, make sure you're properly insured. It will keep you on the right path. Day number 21 is making your plan to give back, and this can be money or your time. And so whether it's serving at a charity, serving at your church, helping a family member, reading a book to a kid that's in school, or even donating money, clothes, anything, it's always good to have a plan to give back. I found that most wealthy people, and I found that even in my life, more money comes to me the more that I give out. And I don't always mean money, I mean even my time, but also in volunteering, you get to meet new people of like-minded and connect and make new friends. So make sure you have a plan to give back this year. Day number 22 is to make sure that there are beneficiaries on all of your bank accounts, investment accounts, and insurance policies. So there's a way that you can go to the bank and you can say, hey, if something were to happen to me, I would like this person to have this money. This actually keeps your money out of probate if something were to happen to you unexpectedly. So at a bank, I believe they call it POD, which is paid on death. For an investment account, they call it TOD, which is transfer on death. But make sure you take some time to set up these different estate planning techniques at these banks and to put these different documents in order, because it will ensure that if something unexpected were to happen to you, that your assets will end up into the hands of the people that you want to have them. We're on day number 22, and this is the second to last day before we get to the 23rd day. So we've gone through 21 days, and what I want to remind you on day number 22 is that everything we've put in place here is part of making a plan to make this year your best year yet ever. And so one thing about making a plan is that plans are adjustable. So keep in mind that everything you've written out, everything that you're doing as life goes on, as you accomplish more goals, you're going to need to adjust these things. So leave room so take some time to review this every couple weeks, months, at least quarterly, and to make sure that you're making proper adjustments so that you can stay on track. So remember that every plan needs a little bit of adjustment to stay on track. It needs a little bit of monitoring. So make sure you take some time to adjust your plan and monitor your plan and adjust it as necessary. So here we are, the 23rd day of 23. Our final financial planning tip for the 23 days of 23 is to make sure that you are enjoying the story that your life is telling. When you look at your bank statement, when you look at how you spend your money and how you spend your time, it's telling a story, and that story is very unique to you. It is your personal story. So make sure that you are enjoying this story. And if you are, there's something about the story that you look at your life and you're not enjoying, make sure you take some time to write out those goals, review those goals, and switch it to another story that you want to tell. Whatever story you were telling yesterday is not the same story you have to tell tomorrow. You have the freedom to change. You have the power to change. The power is in your hands. The pen is in your hands. So right now, think about the story you want to be telling for the rest of the year. Write it out. Put these 23 tips into play and tell your best story. Live your best life. I'll see you in our next video.